Practice makes almost perfect. Colin was so relieved that the concert was finally over. He had never been so embarrassed in his whole life. If he had this month to do over again, he was thinking how he would surely do things differently. Looking back, as Colin put away his bass, he thought back on the events that had led up to this disastrous evening. It had all started a month or so ago when his friend Robbie got a new puppy. Colin had come home from school every day and rushed over to Robbie's house to play with the new puppy and help Robbie train her. He remembered that first day like it was yesterday. He had dropped his books on the kitchen floor, grabbed an apple from the counter, and was heading out the door when his grandma stopped in. "Hold on, not so fast," Grandma said as she came down the stairs. "Your dad said that you had to do your homework before you could go out and play." "I finished all my homework in school," Colin explained. "Robbie just got a new puppy, and I told him I would help him train her." "What about practicing your bass?" "That's part of your homework," Grandma said. "Oh, come on, Grandma. I can do it later. I already promised Robbie that I would be right over. I can practice when I come back, right before dinner." After promising his grandma that he would be back in time to practice, Colin ran all the way to Robbie's house. He was so excited to help his friend train his new puppy. The boys took the puppy for a walk around the block to try to get it accustomed to a leash. They stopped by Colin's house to show his little sister and grandmother the puppy. "Don't forget you have to be home in half an hour to practice," Grandma reminded Colin. "Okay, I won't, I promise," he answered. When Colin got home from Robbie's house that night, Grandma was in the kitchen making dinner. His grandmother lived with them, so she helped out with him and his little sister and often prepared meals for the family. Colin loved having his grandmother there. She was a really good cook and also meant that he didn't have to watch his sister all the time. Colin sat down next to his sister to watch TV. A few minutes later, Dad came home and they all sat down for dinner. After dinner, Colin helped Grandma with the dishes, then went up to his room. "Grandma said that you still have to practice your bass, buddy," his dad said as he popped his head in the door. "Yeah, I will," Colin answered. Colin picked up his bass and plucked at the strings for a few minutes. He hated practicing his bass. He had started playing the bass in 4th grade and thought it would be really cool. But now he didn't want to play anymore, and his parents told him he could not quit. That night, he didn't even bother to take out his sheet music. He just plucked at a song that they had been learning in school. His orchestra had 3 bass players. They had to compete for their spots at the concerts. There was first, second, and third chair. Colin was the third chair. Dad said that if he would just practice, he could improve and would probably enjoy it more. Colin doubted it. He practiced the song half-heartedly for a few minutes, then went looking for his little sister to play a game with him. That was pretty much how the whole month had gone. Colin had gone to Robbie's every day he could to play with the puppy and help Robbie train her. He hardly practiced his bass, and by the time the concert rolled around, he was definitely not ready. Going forward. When he stepped onto the stage tonight, he knew that he was not as prepared as he should be, but never thought it would be as disastrous as it had been. Halfway through the 3rd song, he played the wrong note at the wrong time. Everyone had heard it. He turned beet red. His orchestra teacher just smiled at him, and some people in the audience laughed. After the song, his teacher told the audience that the students worked really hard and had come a long way since the beginning of the year. Colin felt awful. All of the other students had worked hard and come a long way. He realized that he had let everyone down by not practicing and ruining the song. His dad always told him that if you were going to do something, it was worth doing it right. Going forward, he was determined to practice his bass every day so he could really do his best at the concert. The next day after school, when his dad asked him if he was going over to Robbie's house, he answered, "Not until after I practice my bass." Dad and Grandma exchanged a smile. He may never make first chair, but at least he hoped he would never play the wrong note again. Who knows, Colin thought. Maybe if he practiced, he might even start to like it. Number 1. What lesson does Colin learn at the end of this story? Use details from the story to support your answer. Number 2. Which of the following details best shows why Colin does not want to practice his bass? A. I can do it later. I already promised Robbie that I would be right over. B. Don't forget you have to be home in half an hour to practice. C. Colin picked up his bass and plucked at the strings for a few minutes. D. But now he didn't want to play anymore and his parents told him he couldn't quit. Number 3. Part A. Which of the following inferences can be made about Colin? A. Colin is not a talented bass player. B. Colin does not like playing in the band. C. Colin is sorry for not practicing for the performance. D. Colin likes his family more than his schoolmates. Part B. Which two sentences from Practice Makes Almost Perfect best support your answer in Part A? A. All of the other students had worked hard and come a long way. B. If he had hit this month to do over again, he was thinking how he would surely do things differently. C. Halfway through the third song, he played the wrong note at the wrong time. D. Colin had gone over to Robbie's every day he could to play with the puppy and help Robbie train her. E. He may never make first chair, but at least he hoped he would never play the wrong note again. F. That night he didn't even bother to take out his sheet music. Number 4, Part A. Read the sentence. The boys took the puppy for a walk around the block to try to get it accustomed to a leash. What does the word accustomed mean in this sentence? A. Not ready. B. Used to. C. Traditions. D. Obey. Number 5. What instrument does Colin play? A. Violin. B. Piano. C. Bass. D. Flute.